It's really a hey guys, if you catch me like repeating myself, it's because what I'm doing is I'm creating an ambiance. You know, if one of my sentences are broken up, I might want to start it again so that you have that uninterrupted flow of speech. That flow of like, you know, I'm taking you somewhere. You know? So like if something like bothers me and I go, it might mess up. Anyway, it might mess up the flow anyway, but it might interrupt the flow that I desire to generate for you all to better understand things. So, hello. I see. Hello, and welcome to Lucid Dreams. I'm Greg, your host. This is hilarious. Hold on. For those of you who are interested in lucid dreaming, here's how it's done. Live life. Alright? Find the best things. I will do this. This is 1, 2, and enjoy them. Alright? Then, you know, let's say this. Anyway, when existence stops making sense, and for me that was really kind of around like 24. Start smoking weed. All right. These are the three first. This is where you get to. This is what you need to do to get to a point where you can, actually like genuinely like lucid dream, and like join the rest of the universe. So when existence stops making sense, age 24, and what that means is, you're living life anyway. What that means is, once you've taken in enough of existence to know that, like, in 50 years you're just going to grow old and die, and it's all going to be like the same shit, Baja Fresh burritos, and, chicken satay, like King's Dominion, like oh man, it's just gonna be the same shit that I've loved for like years, except I'm gonna be old, and I'm just gonna grow old and die, right? And that doesn't make any sense. And then I'll be gone forever, right? It doesn't seem like existence provides all of the answers that I'm looking for. What happens after I die? Is it just like A to Z and the end? So, check it out, guys. Anyway, is it just A to Z in the end? What could possibly answer these questions for me? There's nothing published. There's nothing in bookstores or in the movies that I see that explains everything. It still really just looks like I'm going to grow old and die. What could I possibly... Anyway, they made my could sound like could. Anyway, but what could I possibly do to find some answers? Maybe I should, go to church. Maybe I should turn to religion. No, all right? Just start smoking weed. That's the real answer, all right? I know what you're saying. But Greg, like, how is smoking weed going to help me lucid dream? Well, it basically turns life into a lucid dream of sorts, right? It makes you feel like, I don't want to I don't want to spoil it, you know. Anyway, but like after you smoke weed for like, you know, we'll say like 3 to 4 years, you know, we'll say this, 3 or 4 years later, you start to like get a different idea about existence. Oh man, weed! All these people are just like, none of these people really accurately depict what weed is. And you start to, you know, you start to understand the conspiracy. It's like, how come everybody makes weed look like, you know, some sort of thing that just makes you stupid, right? It's like, you know, the only exception is American Beauty, right? Like, I mean, you know, see, the thing is that like after American Beauty, you know, there may have been a few more movies where like marijuana was portrayed as, you know, not being something that makes you stupid, but I don't think so. Nothing comes to mind. So, you know, American Beauty was the first movie to show somebody smoke marijuana and not turn into an idiot. You know, he smokes marijuana and he starts working out. He starts achieving like his goals. You know, marijuana is a good thing in that movie. And so, oddly enough, after I saw this movie, I started thinking differently about marijuana. And, you know, 2 years later, I got stoned for the first time. So, you know, before that, I was straight edge. I didn't drink or smoke or do anything. Like, I was completely content with, like, good food, good friends, and, like, good times. You know, when I say King's Dominion, I mean, like, come on, the volcano. You know, if you haven't gone to King's Dominion and ridden the volcano, you know, DC area residents, or I'll say this, people in existence, like King's Dominion is like one of the greatest theme parks in the world. It's not even a theme park. Well, is that a theme park? No, amusement. It's an amusement park. Hold on. Anyway, but King's Dominion is one of the greatest amusement parks in the world, and they have this roller coaster called the volcano. Hold on. Anyway, they have this roller coaster called the Volcano, and it's fucking awesome. Hold on, there's just too much like build-up trash. Right now, I'm like mowing the lawn. Anyway, so here's the thing: after 3 or 4 years of marijuana usage, you get to a point where like you start to understand things, you know, in a way where like you know, normal like day-to-day, you know, existence like with weed still isn't enough, right? And that's when you start to like have, you know, interesting dreams. Like marijuana is kind of like the primer or the primer. We'll say primer, you know, prime an engine. So like, you know, you prime the engine with marijuana. Ooh, let's get it started. You know, then like you start having interesting dreams after, you know, 3 or 4 years of usage. Man, weed's great. You know. Then, anyway. Then once you understand everything. Anyway, then once you understand everything, okay, there's spirits in the world and like marijuana and this and the whole conspiracy and like everybody's doing this and this and that and that. You know, once everything becomes clear to you, then you start having lucid dreams. Now I mentioned this earlier, and people talk about like dream-induced lucid dreams and wake-induced lucid dreams. You know, and then I talk about like you know, terminal. I talk about SIT, right? System of interconnected terminals, you know. So system of interconnected. Anyway, but system of interconnected terminals is really just, you know, astral plane. You know, I'll say astral world. You know. And you know, people they also do this. AP equals astral projection, and then like you know, SP is sleep paralysis. So like you know, I have my own terminology because most of this stuff, you know, whatever, you know, like it's like let's abbreviate everything so nobody knows what's happening. All right. So anyway, it's like you know, I say sit, you know, access sit with terminal with your terminal. With my terminal, I access sit. I'm able to bring up whatever I need, communicate to whoever I want. See, this is why I have a problem with the astral. Anyway, this is why I have a problem with the astral world. Anyway, okay, they're trying to make it seem like the camera is actually a person. Woo! Anyway, so like the astral world, people say astral project. They're talking about leaving their bodies, like you know, I guess they say OBE for like out of body experience. You know. Like, oh, I had an out-of-body experience. Out-of-body experience is just a dream, right? It's just a dream world excursion where you're floating and then some other person is pretending to be you. And it looks like you're floating outside your body. Oh, I'm outside my body. That's just a dream world excursion. So, like, you know, this is garbage. Sleep paralysis, I already, you know, that's garbage. Wake-induced lucid dream, that's not quite, like, that's something that, like, I will say this. Astral projection? Are you projecting? I'm projecting. You're basically just like your body is just gonna like collapse, and then like you know, it's basically astral projection is really just like a big like, you know, roller coaster ride while you're like, you know, you're basically just using sit with like, you know, roller coaster special effects. You know, oh, I'm traveling through the astral plane. You're not really traveling anywhere. It's just like you're moving through an environment. Everything is stationary in the dream world. So it's like, you know, it's basically just a big show that misleads people. So that's why I don't say astral world or astral plane or any of that. Astral project. That's why I say terminal. You know, you can just use your terminal to talk to things. What? I'm busy. I'm doing this. I'm watching Doctor Who. Woo! Doctor Who. Well, that's great. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, you know, and then you get back to business, like, all right, woohoo. You know, you're online. You don't have to always be, like, interacting with things. Online, you know, I'm going to the market, you know. Like, you most likely have, like, chores and shit, or, like, you know, you're maintaining your, like, power base, you know, you're most likely part of a group, you know, that is, like, you know, maintaining, like, some sort of, like, operations in the dream world, you know. Oh yeah, that's cool, you know. So that like when you go into the dream world, you have that team, you know, keeping like bad people away from you, and you know, it's there's a lot of stuff happening. So dreaming, I prefer like I do the dream-induced lucid dream, as they say. it's like woohoo! I got all the buzz like, you know, terms or whatever. I think it's like here's the thing. Once you get to a certain level, if you like try to like, you know, just like fall and like you know, phase into a lucid dream, it doesn't work. Because like at some point, you know, your control world self has to cut out so that you're in the dream world. But this is what I'm working on, all right? I've been doing this, you know, with great success. I lucid dream every night, or anyway, I lucid dream not just every night, but whenever I have a nap. You know, sometimes I have naps. Anyway, so like I've been you know, I've been having lucid dreams regularly for like what, 6 years. So like 6 years of lucid dreams, or of lucid dreaming, you know, with dream-induced lucid dreams. But I've been working on like perfecting a system of wake-induced lucid dreaming. You know, just lay in bed, bing, wake up in the dream world. It's like a, you know, there's a political aspect, you know. We'll call it a political, like we'll do this. There's a political alright, the big topics: wake-induced lucid dream, and also the International Onironauts Shared Dream Project.